The all-aboard call, leaving from Anchorage to Seward, begins a few minutes before 6 a.m. and arrives in Seward around 11 a.m. The return trip to Anchorage out of Seward departs at around 6 p.m., arriving in Anchorage at around 11 p.m. There are two passenger rail trip price options from Anchorage to Seward: Gold Star Service and Adventure Class. One of the advantages of Gold Star Service is they have two outdoor viewing decks at the back end of two sky cars where you can stand and observe the scenery outdoors without having to view all of the ride from indoors behind glass. There is one rail stop in between these cities at Girdwood to collect some passengers that wish to board and disembark at that location.
Once again, we're coming up to Girdwood. If our Girdwood passengers would please head back to car seats.
Alaska Railroad's first rail system got its start as Alaska Central Railway in 1903 for the purposes of building a rail line from Seward, Alaska to run about 50 miles north of Seward. In 1910, Alaska Central Railway was reorganized under a new name, Alaska Northern Railway, and by 1914 the U.S. Congress provided funding to extend the rail system from Seward, Alaska all the way to Fairbanks. As a function of this project in 1915, Anchorage becomes a tent city, set up to be a railway headquarters for this project between these two destinations. The last spike in the rail line from Seward to Fairbanks, Alaska was driven in by President Warren G. Harding in Nenana, Alaska in 1923. Sadly, on his return trip to San Francisco, President Warren G. Harding suffered food poisoning and died. Alaska's rail system is the most northern rail system of all of North America, yet it is still not currently connected to any other rail system extending into Canada or the lower 48 states, U.S. My interest in taking this train trip was to get an opportunity to see this rugged mountain pass, which is not accessible by car or footpath. Each of the valleys through this pass has its own majestic glacial formations and serene beauty. It must have been a difficult choice to decide to build a rail system through this route for all the challenges that it would present of hard rock surfaces, frequent hilly terrain, steep canyon gorges, and all in this narrow valley.
River. That waterfall is going to be just to our right. So if we look down and to our right, we get a great view of that Placer River splashing against large boulders. It's a great view and a great photo opportunity.
Quick! Oh, down. Oh.
We're going to be taking a very large right curve. Now, during this right curve will be our best view of the front two engines in our consist, the 4320 as well as the 3015. This is an SD70 Mac and a GP40 for our consist today.
Where's the ice fish?
You might be able to get a photo of both the front two engines and the Bartlett Glacier. So if you look down and to our left, you'll see the very origins of that Placer River. And you can notice it's kind of grayish looking. The only spots on the railroad where we can look at our side windows.
Restaurant park.
You can't go past the restaurant park. That's
have to do is completely stop our train, connect our copper wiring to the trail station. So again, now's the time on the left-hand side to get those cameras out and ready. We're just now passing by that first viewing window, the second viewing window.
Coming down. In the middle of the... Yeah, between those two. Also, around the right.
Position. Trooper swans are heel time. Right at our 3 o'clock position. You can see it's white. That's her wash ring. It's going to be on our right-hand side instead of our left-hand side. And we're going to just like it just a little bit. We are.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. Are you guys on Sunday? Yeah, I don't know what day.
It's
such an experience. Oh, look at that water. I think that's our only day that we're
I think Sunday's when I fly back.
The one on is all
a lot of boat planes parked out there on that lake. And these boat planes are a major form of transportation throughout all of Alaska, as much of it is remote. Speculating on how Moose Pass got its name, but one of my favorites and our Dolly Varden.
we know the people go.
But because of the length and the depth of this lake, it can sometimes act as a sea because of how big and deep this lake really is. This lake is
You're right. This is the river that she's fishing.
Seward.
He'll be run for life now. He'll want to ride on the bows of boats and everything.
It's true.
Yeah.
and die.
All the fun stuff.
the river again flows to the limestone glacier. And as the wind flows from the Majestic cars, uses that murky teal color as well.
4-5. Really fun. This week.
Conductor, a person who's running a train, just been done.
They're up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really exciting team. It is the Kenai Fjords National Park. That was from the postcard guides. Really late. Okay. Yeah. That's tomorrow. You're doing that? We're not.
And then
We're technically state.
Galway
So we're not union.
came in
Daddy, why do you get
and
All onboard services
she
staff.
falls on my head and she has
So when they took him to
arrest.
So your husband's a fisherman in Seward?
Well, the boat stays in Seward.
You're not done yet.
I'm farther. I don't remember this.
You do see them out. Thank you very much. There's another one on our right-hand side. Now these bald eagles are the largest bird, a 7-foot wingspan. Now once again, this is Eagle Alley. Looks like we do.
If you're at the back part of car D. If you're in car D, you can head to the
On our return trip to Anchorage, our journey ran into a little bit of intermittent rain, but it was still beautiful and relaxing. So we chose to have dinner on board, and the service was pleasant and making for a fun and enjoyable trip through Alaska's rugged landscape on Alaska Railroad.